It's not that I don't know how to act humble, I just like kind of dissociate when really nice things happen to me. So like I sometimes worry that my candor and how I'm like thankful for something is coming off as me being like, thanks, you know?
Welcome to Days of the Living Dead, another Spotlight edition. Today, we are interviewing our very own, our very talented, our very dynamic, very special Halloween superstar, Anthony Glenn.
Hi.
Actor, makeup artist, character designer, den mom up on the makeup deck. Your reach is far and wide. It seems like you were built to be the haunted house kid.
Just seeing where it's at now is pretty crazy. I had a very nurturing upbringing with Halloween, and that's kind of where it all comes from. Halloween was my mom and my dad's thing, and we used to do yard displays every year. You know, we would take old pairs of sweatpants and stuff them with newspaper and put mannequin heads on them with like masks. Hey, Mom! What the are you doing? John asked me a question I did not have an answer to because I don't remember. Yeah. He asked me if, when I was younger, if I was reserved about scary stuff.
You never were. When you were really young, I think you were 2, and Wizard of Oz was on.
Oh yeah, I was terrified of the Wicked Witch. And then I went to wanting to be her.
He had witch hats. He had to leave the house with it on.
There was one year I couldn't decide whether I wanted to be a skeleton or if I wanted to be the Wicked Witch again.
Yeah.
So we decided I was a skeleton witch that year.
He was always crafting, always making costumes. You would learn how to sew when you were young. I remember in July you would be having a haunted house down there. You would take sheets
100%.
and make different rooms in the basement. And
I ain't embarrassed.
and walk through it. You know, Ron and I would hand our tickets as we went into the basement, and then you would have it all set up.
I started out, it was like a JC's/youth group haunted house in Berwyn. I acted in there. They let me design my own room, which I thought was kind of cool.
You got the design right out of the gate?
Yeah, pretty much right out of the gate. They were like, we need to put a space here. I was like, let's do a doll room. And so we just did like this crazy thing. Japes and Steve, who were the actor trainers at Dream Reapers at the time, came and did a class for us.
Oh, neat.
And Japes came up to me, basically told me, he was like, if you guys don't open next year, I want you and Karen to come work at Dream Reapers because you guys are really, really good.
How did that feel? I mean, you're 14 years old, you're working in your first haunted house, and someone comes up to you telling you how great you are at it, and he'd like you to come work at a professional haunted house. Like, that had to hit huge as a 14-year-old.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it definitely, I think, sort of started this conversation for myself of like, okay, I'm being recognized for something that I really do enjoy, and my heart is in at such a young age. I'm just gonna go with it and see where this goes. Going through a show like Statesville with the amount of attention and detail that was put into like everything was very overwhelming. I mean, it was my favorite show I had ever been to.
Oh, that's neat.
You know, you and I had talked about this randomly when we were at a cast party here. We were talking about at the Dome, and I did not know that you built that haunted house.
The haunted spaceship in the Bridgeview Golf Dome.
Fresh blood!
I remember loving that show and going through it and remembering similarities to Statesville. I was like, damn, these guys are just straight up copying like the Warden's room.
Oh, I love that you were like a little mad for us.
Oh, yeah.
These jokers in the haunted spaceship are ripping off Statesville. I remember when you showed up for the first time, you were not coming to work for us, you were coming to guest makeup. And then one of our lead makeup artists quit last second. Like, I'll never forget that moment of the company going, hey, guy I don't really know much. Boy, do I need you right now. And I'm sorry, I've probably taken most of your Halloween since that moment because you've been with us ever since.
This is where we died. Yay! I do all of it because I love all of it. It's really great as somebody who has learned a lot of skills along the way in an avenue that is not working for a corporation. Allowed me to be able to, when there's something I can't do here, there's something I could do over here.
Talk to Anthony.
No, go ahead. I'm listening. What do you have to say?
I can't, this is not gonna be serious.
Go ahead,
either.
Alex.
The first time that we met was at the promo. What was it, first date? We were up on top for a while, maybe like 3 or 4 hours. You're like, I'm the head of makeup. And I was like, what? I want to do that. You were the first person that ever taught me how to do anything and were kind, respectful, and were willing to teach me how to do the things that I wanted to do.
It's probably a good day. The standard that we have as a group, because to be fair, no one is quitting. And we've had the same group of people for a long time now. It's a very great problem to have. It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
And then pushing 5,000 to 6,000 people through the... We're also going fast, and all of our other makeup artists are all doing jobs around the house right now, so...
And then painting yourself in the dark. And then going outside. And then coming back inside and cleaning everything. Ooh.
Can you sort of talk to Anthony about what his best attributes are as sort of a leader?
Do you want me to like pull out the list like this? You know, 'cause it's long. I think that your way of leading as giving constructive notes and constructive criticism is like the best thing. Because you're not like, hey, you suck, this is what you're doing wrong. It's, hey, this is what we need to work on, this is what you're good at, but also this is something else that I've noticed that you should probably take a little bit to kind of tweak and construct to make it a little bit better. You know I idolize you.
I mean, nothing's wrong with this, except everything.
You created an icon, Mother. I mean, Mother's on the billboards, Mother's on the t-shirts, Mother's on the posters. Mother's all through the story.
You knew right out the gate that I wanted to make this character be something for this show that was big. You know, I wanted to have my, like, Jeff moment. You know, I wanted to be able to have a Fluffy moment. The twins are obviously very spooky and ethereal or whatever, but I wanted to make something that was, like, menacing and kind of, like, brought out the dark side of this place. When we were building it and talking about everything, there was very much, like, you even related it to, like, a scarier version of the Haunted Mansion from Disney. You know, there was still this sort of like softness and like kind of like whimsy to this place.
Sure, yeah.
That I initially was like, no, I want to do something scary. I think I wore that costume, the white one, for like 3 weekends before I realized it just wasn't it. I had that piece of the mask I would crack off so there was something else underneath it.
Right.
It was too much. Whenever I made the character, I wanted to be perceived as the gender the character's supposed to be, as I wanted it to be a female. Okay. And so I never spoke. I intentionally wore heels so I just looked like a tall woman, and it worked out great.
And then Anthony, the artist, decides to go, we're gonna give Mother to this wonderful actress over here, and she's gonna do a great job, and I'm gonna do something different. Take me through that, because it's not something you see often.
I'm starting to feel confined. And being the imaginative childlike man that I am, I wanted some level of freedom, but I also didn't want to screw up the integrity of the show. Sure. I mean, Katie is...
Amazing performance.
Amazing.
Amazing performance.
Katie eats it up. Like, she adds this level of sass to Mother that I never had. I was always very like spooky governess, like very uptight and very like, you know, straight and rigid. She's like snake-like and very like...
Yeah, she has made it her own with that energy, I've seen you do many, many impressive things here. That was the most impressive thing I've ever seen you do. The way you just selflessly handed it over to someone else and made sure it still went on as the lead character while you started plugging away, creating new characters.
Hi, I'm Anthony Glenn with Original Sin Design.
You're also the owner of Original Sin, one of the most innovative prop makers in the haunted house industry right now. Michael Faust of Haunt Hub says you have the most fuckable props in the business.
Yeah, they really like to make memes. At least they don't say my stuff looks like shit.
Yeah, no, they love it.
In order for it to be fuckable, it has to look good.
Let's do a little walking tour of my booth to show you what we got this year. This is our medical scene. We did a larger collection of medical characters this year. Pretty gross. I wanted to create more female monsters. I felt like there was a huge deficit for it.
I think last year we shipped out just under 200 pieces. This year we're looking more towards 3. Kind of mass chaos right now, but it kind of has to get to that point once we finish with all of the production. This usually is our little kitchenette area. Unfortunately, there's bodies in front of our refrigerator. Sorry, let me just move that one.
They're alive.
They're alive. I've been able to meet so many people that can work for me. And so over time, I've just learned of all of these great artists that are looking to get their hands dirty.
Right,
and kind of want to be in a similar venture that I'm on. I mean, meeting Emma was one of the highlights of my life, I'll be honest. Now what?
How do you feel like you elevate each other? Like, what do you think? Do you have a sense of like what you bring to the table?
We're doing it right now.
Yeah.
The problem is we elevate each other too much. I'm Dr. Dale.
And I'm Nurse Gherkin.
Nice to meet you. Do you want to have a sit down?
We have free healthcare.
Free healthcare. You came up to talk to Whitney. And I was with Whitney at the time, and I was like, damn, that bitch looks cool as f. And then low key. Hey.
And I know I told you this before, but one of the first times I went to go hang out with you, I was so intimidated. I was so like scared, and I was like, I don't know what we're gonna talk about. I don't know what we're gonna talk. I have no idea.
The glory of our friendship now is we don't need words.
Yeah, we don't need words.
No. You've very much helped me be less reserved in my life. You've allowed me to be a lot more colorful. When I was younger, I wanted to be this like stoic goth guy and like very like reserved and like whatever. And I'm realizing as I've gotten older that like being funny is the hottest
You're just
thing.
a goofy goober.
I am a goofy goober and I always was, but you've helped me be that goofy goober today. And it's like, it's a mix of me not caring anymore because I'm an adult and like caring about that shit is tiring and annoying, but also it's been nurtured by having such a good friendship with you.
Together forever.
There was always that love and passion there. I'm so proud of them.
I know. I'm incredibly lucky to have you.
You've been several backgrounds on my phone.
I don't know. I just like making spooky stuff.
You are very much part of the culture that is Zombie Army.
Beyond words, how proud I am.
I love my mom. She's cool as f.